Hello and welcome to The Real Hernando, presented to you by Thrive Entertainment and produced by SRP Studios Podcasting. This podcast spotlights Hernando, Mississippi's businesses, organizations, and community leaders, and everything in between. You can find this show on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok by going to therealhernando.com. I am your host, Derek, and today we are spotlighting Garvin Keene from LegalShield. LegalShield offers smart, that's good, right out of the gate, offering smart, simple protection for what matters most, your family, your business, and your personal identity. With flexible membership options like LegalShield, ID Shield, and Business Builder, you can access affordable legal support and identity protection tailored to your needs. Whether you are looking for peace of mind or an opportunity to earn extra income as an associate, LegalShield makes coverage and opportunity easy to start. And there's way more detail mixed through all that one little paragraph did not cover. So to dig deeper, to learn more about LegalShield, Mr. Garvin Keene, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for being here. Garvin and I are good friends. We're good buddies. We are BNI, co-BNI members down up in our chapter up in Nesbitt. And I invited you today to talk about, your business, LegalShield, and what that can offer. You were a longtime band director in this county.
That's right.
I want to cover all of that, and then maybe then talk about how we met and what BNI has done for us since meeting each other. But on the front end, let's go to wgarvinkeen.legalshieldassociate.com. If you're driving, don't be writing that down. Associates.com. My apologies.
All right, got to get that right.
Let me just say this. The link will be in the description.
Yes.
Just when you're not driving, or if you're home, when you're home, just click that link, and that'll take you to his specific page in LegalZoom, and then you can contact him at 901-485-0739, also in the description. All right, Garvin, enough of me. How are you, sir? Where did you come in from today? Where in the county do you reside, sir?
I am in Nesbitt.
Okay.
I'm right around the corner where we meet with BNI.
So 51 and Star Landing area?
Yes,
okay.
right there.
How long you been in Nesbitt?
That'll be 2 years now. Just bought a home there about 2 years ago. I was in South Haven.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So DeSoto County most of your life? Or
most of my life. I moved back 4 years ago with my oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
I was living in West Kentucky for 13 years, and prior to that, I'd lived in DeSoto County since 1979 to then.
Nice. So you're back home.
Yes, I am.
Very good. I have absolutely adopted DeSoto County as my home. I love it here. Mm-hmm. And then specifically Hernando, obviously. That's why we're here. I named a podcast after Hernando. Well, very nice. Now that you're back, God, I don't want to jump around too much. I want to get to LegalShield. I want to educate people off the top. I was fixing to go down towards the band directing. I'm super interested in that. Mm-hmm. But the point of this is to promote you and currently in what you do, and more about your business and how I could help direct people to you and get you some business. But let's educate the marketplace. So tell us. I'll mention BNI real quickly by saying this. In BNI, we have a BNI 60. We get 60 seconds to explain what we do. It's an elevator pitch, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to give me a BNI 5 minutes. Give me a good BNI 5 on your place in LegalShield and what it can offer.
Well, this is a mission for me. All through my life, I had been really good with things that happened at work. I always got promoted, and all of a sudden, about a year and a half, a time span, I had times where I was standing up for my rights. I wasn't doing anything, but it got to the point to where I had to take care of some things. And then I had not done anything wrong, but because I wasn't going the same current as everybody else, I started within a all that time period, I got let go at a job. Not going to get into specifics, but got let go of another job. I was working in the church, and I was just standing up for things. And somebody, I moved to Kentucky, and someone came in. My wife at the time, she's passed. They walked in. She was working in AT&T, and they presented this idea to her. And anyway, I fell in love with the concept of helping people that do not know what their rights are. You know, the big myth is that everybody's got equal rights, but they don't have equal rights if they're not using them. So that's what my business does.
You don't know what all of your rights are either.
You do not know what your rights are.
Yeah.
And we go through life. We go through life not trying to tick people off.
Playing it safe.
We play it safe, and every day you get a gut check. That doesn't feel right. And you can't, unless you have legal insurance like what I offer, you can't just pick a phone up. I did it this week, checking on flights, and I was able to. You're not going to call an attorney about, are they going to be able to refund my money or not? You're not going to pay $300 an hour for an attorney to hear that answer.
Right. So let's dig into now the legal insurance. So someone pays for it, like it's car insurance, right? I mean,
right.
It comes with a premium, right?
Free subscription.
Right, and then a level of coverage of things and the bullet points and the breakdown, great. But the process is, I'll bullet point it and then you go into more detail. Process is, I need legal advice, right?
All right. Yeah.
And I contact LegalShield, present my question, they respond with advice, answers, what to do next, correct?
Right.
All right, so tell us a little more about that.
So how that works is, I'm not LegalShield here locally. I'm known as DreamScape Consulting. Our corporate headquarters is LegalShield. It's in Ada, Oklahoma.
Okay.
It's been around since 1973. It started the same year. As FedEx did. Mm-hmm. So what we do, we have associates all over the country, even in Canada now. So when somebody gets a membership, now we have William Anderson and Farrah in Jackson, Mississippi. They protect all of our members in Mississippi and Alabama. Mm-hmm. So they're going to call. We give them their number, and they can go through that, or they can go through an app, and they get in touch with their law firm. Well, the person in the law firm, they take that call, and that call is going to be directed to all the different kind of attorneys that practice that area expertise. Mm-hmm. The average career in that office is about 20 years of service. So when they take your call, they're accessing which attorney is going to be the fit for your particular situation.
Sure, makes sense. It could be divorce. It could be legal contracts for business, everything in between.
That's correct. Yeah. So anyway, when they get that call, our policy is that attorney is going to call you back within 4 hours. And
4 hours.
I've been with this company 14 years. They've never let me down.
Man, I've been on hold for that long. That that's relatively speaking not that long at all. And that's how the process works. Mm-hmm. And I don't know when you want to do it. That's why I need to talk this as a group benefit too at some point. A group benefit?
We can offer this to companies as a group benefit.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's do a little aside now to stick with what now Garvin just explained. Garvin showed me firsthand, a message that he received, a voicemail from LegalShield for a question that he had, and it was just really cool. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when you submitted it.
Yes.
So it wasn't 4 hours. It was more. It was 8 o'clock the next morning, first thing the next morning.
First thing in the morning.
And this guy just called and gave some great legal advice and explanation on your question. Mm-hmm. And that was it. And you now got exactly what you needed.
Right.
It was really cool for you to show me that. Yeah.
So here's the thing too. You know, a lot of people, they'll get their legal advice from Uncle John. You know, Uncle John could, I told him what my situation was, and Uncle John's going to tell me that because he's free. Well, when you're not paying out of pocket and you're not paying $300 an hour for an attorney, you're going to pick that phone up and get an answer. And,
the joke used to be Google it, right?
Right.
Which was really not good to do. AI is getting better, but still don't. You can ask AI questions like ChatGPT for sure, and it will give you valid answers for things. But when it comes to legal, I would prefer speaking to humans. So that's what's great about LegalShield is you're still dealing with human beings.
Right.
It's just like a staff of different people. I love the concept, and for a small business like myself, outside of the studio, SRP Studios podcasting, I do Thrive Entertainment, DJing. I'm a talent booker. I have 2 LLCs doing business, right? And at some point, my little business would benefit from having a little security in contracts. And so that's kind of where my ears are perking for LegalShield. But I have some questions I want to get to.
Okay.
But let's talk community now in terms of DeSoto County and your time as a band director. Okay. I mean, this is so perfect for this podcast. I've had Joseph Quinley on the show a few years ago now. It was a hot minute ago at my first location, my first studio. Joseph Quinley is one of the directors here at Hernando High.
I know Joe.
The award-winning Hernando High. So it was fascinating. It's great. This show is designed also to talk to people in the community at a deeper level. And when it comes to education, that fits that mold, but no more than the arts, in my opinion. I mean,
that's right.
The band, my daughter's been in choir since 7th grade, so I've experienced what that's like. Amazing stuff. She does crew on the theater. I mean, the theater in Hernando, and I'm sure any high school in the county, these kids are so talented. It's just amazing to watch. So to have a former band director for DeSoto County sitting across from me, of course we're going to talk about that. So, what school were you at when you were teaching?
I was in Horn Lake, and me and Jim Jolly,
Jim Jolly, is that another
Jim
director?
Jolly is another band director.
That's a great name, Jim Jolly.
He is. He's a great guy. And Jim was the high school guy, and I was at the middle school, and we worked.
What years are we talking?
1990 to 2005.
Wow. Okay.
We were there a while, and we saw a lot of growth in the county.
What was Horn Lake like in the 90s, the early 90s?
Well, we were
in DeSoto County as what? Like, what was Goodman like in 1990?
Well, we were a microcosm of what was going on in the county. The way the band scene was in the county back then was not like it is now. There wasn't the four. When I moved back to DeSoto County 4 years ago, there were 4 high schools that didn't exist. So,
probably
Lewisburg and Center Hill,
DeSoto Central,
Lake Cormorant, DeSoto Central was there.
Okay,
yeah, but
so Lake Cormorant, yeah,
right. Oh. So we operated, and it was a very the band directors back then. We would get together and we helped each other. The budgets weren't as good back then. It was very common to everybody had different growths in their band. We would borrow instruments from each other and go back and forth. We'd make it all make it all pretty on paper, make sure there wasn't anything that could get lost. But we did help each other, and we shared music, and we.
So you worked as a county.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
and it was a great situation.
Now you guys compete against each other, right?
Well, it's a little bit more competitive, I believe.
Rightfully so, because all these schools have grown and prospered.
Right.
In terms, as far as I'm concerned, in the band and sports and choir, like all the extracurricular stuff. And
when I was a band director, we didn't have a winter season activity like Winter Guard and all these performing events.
Did you have like a spring concert?
We had a spring concert. We went to contests. We got ratings. We had solo and ensemble and all that.
Yeah,
all that stuff, but
so which is still great because it's getting you involved. You're meeting other schools that way. I've experienced all this with choir, and it's really fun. Like Pine Bluff, different festivals where they get to go to Senatobia, Northwest. They go down to Ole Miss, compete and stuff. It's fun.
What's hard now in the culture is that everyone's more competitive. There's more graduation requirements. Homes are more disengaged because mom and dad are having to work harder, take more jobs and that sort of thing. So it puts sort of a neb and tug with the band students where they're having to pick fine arts or get a job. You know, it's a struggle to have well balance.
Yeah, have the time for it.
Yes.
And the money needed to invest into instruments, and I had it easy with choir.
Right.
You know, clothes here and there, and permissions.
Band fees.
Yeah.
Band fees now.
I bet
they're not like it was when I was teaching school. Yeah. They're crazy.
Curious, was Horn Lake or even the county going through AMRO music back in the 90s?
Yes, they were. That's one of that's one of the major suppliers. They've been around, and what a
relationship, a decades relationship with AMRO music.
I will give a plug for the AMRO store. They're one of the leading music retailers in the whole country. I mean, people
up there they're on Poplar,
right?
The university area of Memphis, Poplar and Highland area, you could say,
right?
Been there for years, ever. And when you walk in there, throughout the whole building, on the walls are pictures of band directors throughout history. It's remarkable.
And I've had the relationship with the AMRO store. You know, I've since retired, but I can walk in there and it's like home style week. You know, I've got people's, you know, they let me know what's going on, and you know, the big talk, and you're always going to be in touch with all your colleagues, whether they're retired or working, and what are they doing now, you know, and everybody keeps up with everybody.
So throughout your time as director, even in the grassroots beginnings, you had concert and march?
Sure. Yeah, that's been...
Which of the two do you like directing most?
Oh, that's a loaded question because I like both.
Hey, podcasts are long form, sir.
I like, in my youth, I was with the Memphis Blues Brass Band. We were drum and bugle corps, 1980. I was a charter member.
So I'm sorry if I might have squirreled for a minute. So what were you playing?
Well, at that time, it was a soprano bugle, which is the equivalent of playing trumpet.
Okay, so you're in this group playing trumpet,
and the format is it's a youth activity for band members, but the standard is like if you're in a drum corps, it's like you've made the pros.
Yeah.
And we would go all over the country competing against other.
And how old you're in the 80s? You're 80s. A young man, right?
Yeah,
very young man, right?
Yeah,
extremely young man.
We would take the age for drum corps between 16 and 21.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're in that ballpark of age, and experiencing a marching band, right?
Yeah, but
you're in a band on your feet,
high level,
walking forward while playing.
Yeah.
Right. So that ties into being a director, is that your heart connection to marching?
Yes.
What's your heart connection to concert?
Well, just I've been playing since I was 13. Been a trumpet guy my whole life, and just the beauty of band music. I like all different kinds of music, and what I always preach to my kids when they got out, they would go through my programs. I said, not everybody's going to be a professional musician, but I said you could be contributing to your community by playing in church groups. Mm-hmm. You could be playing in a church band or playing in a local theater, being in a pit orchestra. So there's a lot of things that you can do, and that's a need. And I tell you, here's the testimony. I feel like I did it right when I moved back from West Kentucky back down here. Mm-hmm. I wanted to reconnect. I lost my middle son and lost my late wife, and I wanted to reconnect in the community. And I told Jim Jolly, the other guy, I said, I want to get in touch with some people. So our Horn Lake group was called the Maroon Cadets of Horn Lake, and I put up a Facebook page, and we were going to organize a band reunion. We've been doing this now for about 4 years, and
how cool!
In 2 weeks, we had 135 people hit that website, and they got back in touch with me. And I told Jim, I said, I think we've done things the right way.
And the reunions have been a blast.
They've been a blast.
How many are showing up to reunions on average?
We've had anywhere, it's just like anything, it's how well is it promoted.
Yeah, I know a guy that could help you with that.
I know that. And we'll have our reunion probably. I think it's scheduled for the first part of June.
First part of June, very nice. Mm-hmm. And is it held in Horn Lake?
Yeah, we've had it in different spots.
It would make sense. The story connects you to Horn Lake.
And we even had one of our guys out of my band. He is a band director in North Carolina. He even made a trip one year all the way back for that reunion.
Very cool.
But I've had, right now, I think I've counted, since I've taught, I've got nine former students that are either they have music studios or they're band directors. So
that's the other thing. You can get a great musical education to then be a musical educator. Mm-hmm. That's a whole other avenue, our good friend Manny Zapata over at Big Note Music Lessons, where the studio used to be. He's an amazing musician, but has the knack for teaching. Mm-hmm. So he's now turned that into a way to earn money as a professional musician. Still plays live, but now he's built a beautiful school based on his knowledge of studying music for all these years.
And I even had the Magnolia Homeschool Band. It was a band for homeschoolers.
Okay.
Right, 2005.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I did that and got in touch with homeschool support groups in the Mid-South. And, I called the Amro store and I said, I'm going to have a homeschool band. And they came down and serviced that organization. We met at a local church, and the kids got performances by doing, we would go to local churches and do their offertory, and that was a chance for them to get out in the public, and that gave me a chance to get people know what we do. So,
what do you? It's another loaded question for you, sir. What is it that you love about DeSoto County?
Well, I tell you, for my purposes, I've got a brother here that's in Hernando, and two nephews and their families, and I'm able to just come back and reconnect. And it was just from what I had a lot of storms I went through in West Kentucky, so I was able to come back and just reconnect with a lot of people, and my Ole Miss background. And
the county changed.
It has changed.
So what year did you move out? of the county?
I moved out of the county around 2005. I had taught in Calhoun City from 2007 to 2010, and then I went to West Kentucky.
So you were gone 20 years, we can say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, just on average, and I'm sure you visited through the years, but when you move away and come visit 2 years later, there's a lot of change in that 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But 20 years, wow. What was the county like 20 years ago? I hear stories from people that can tell me 30 years ago, Goodman, or 40 years, maybe 30 years ago, Goodman Road was like nothing.
That's right.
So 20 years ago, was Goodman starting to grow? Where was it in its growth?
Goodman Road, I think, it has just gotten 4-laned. And right now.
So it wasn't just corporate America, end to end, like it is now, all the way through Olive Branch.
You still have a lot
and
of
back
roads.
through into Walls now. I mean, it's quite a stretch.
Yes, it is.
Of corporate America. So that's why I'm just intrigued to know what that street used to be like.
Here's the other thing. I really noticed this when I moved away. There was not a lot of commerce in Horn Lake. And when I got back, I looked around the corner, and you had O'Reilly Parts and Amazon, all those big warehouses, Medic. Those places were not there when I left.
I mean, look at Walls now.
Oh yeah.
Or at the very least, the west end of Horn Lake. Mm-hmm. How much that's blown up.
Right.
The corner of Goodman and Horn Lake Road. I moved to Horn Lake in 2011, and wow, now that I put that in perspective, 2005 wasn't a million years ago like I felt like it was. So, of course, Goodman had things going on in 2005. I'm thinking probably in the 80s it was the dirt road, right?
Right.
Do you remember what Goodman Road was like? Because you grew up here. So in the 80s, what was Goodman Road like?
In the 80s, well, my mom and dad lived up here, and you're asking me. That's when I was kind of a transient. I was going to Ole Miss back and forth. That was my college years, but the roads were smaller.
I would hope so. I would think so.
Yeah.
The fact that I did the math in my head that I've been here 20 years, of course, Goodman wasn't a horse and buggy lane in 2005. I made it sound like it was such a long time ago. I will say, though, 20 years ago for me, now, I moved in 2011, so it's 15 years ago. Horn Lake specific, 20 years for the South total. I moved to Nashville 20 years ago.
Right.
So 15 years ago for me in DeSoto County, Horn Lake was not where it is now. There was no Walmart over there. There was not any, not a whole lot of fast food places east of Horn Lake Road. That's blown up in the last 15 years.
The big thing that happened.
I guess that's the point I'm getting to.
The big thing that happened in Horn Lake right before I moved was Walmart was trying to experiment with the marketplace prototype. So they put that store in Horn Lake, and that was the first time they'd put a grocery store. But it was Walmart, but it was on a smaller scale.
So the marketplace Walmart, that's still there?
It's still there.
And I used to go to it all the time. It's a great little stop.
And at the time,
convenient.
There weren't but 3 of them in the United States. So that was kind of cool.
It's a convenient one because you don't have to walk.
It's not big.
100 miles
to get milk. It's not as big.
Because, any huge Walmart, the milk's always on the other end.
Oh, that's how they design it.
Because that's what's needed the most, right?
You got to get to the back.
You got to get to the back.
And see everything on aisle.
Yeah, so those smaller Walmart, what do they call it? Walmart Marketplace?
Marketplace, I believe
something like that.
That's the term still.
That walk isn't as long as what I'm getting to. Well, fascinating stuff. This is, I want you back on the show talking more DeSoto County and then, because the real Hernando, yes, of course, I always want to be specific to Hernando, but the county-wide is also, we all bleed DeSoto County as well together. So I'm fascinated about a story, whether it's in Walls, all the way to Olive Branch, down to Love, right?
Right.
It's all fun. So now, before we wrap up here, let's rapid fire some questions for you, okay? And we're going to go back to LegalShield here and strong. So, what was the moment that made you realize services like LegalShield aren't just helpful, but essential for everyday people?
Well, what I really convey to people is, from the time you start paying bills, what would your life be like if you didn't have health insurance?
Yeah.
Health
insurance, auto insurance, home insurance is second nature now. Yeah.
Right. But people, they won't live without health insurance because they've got to be physically able to do what they need to do. But people, they let their peace of mind go quite a bit because they don't think they have any options.
Yeah.
So,
or they're confused about something, so it scares them away.
Right.
Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
I'll get confused on something, and it scares me away.
Right.
I mean, of course, it happens to others, but it happens to me all the time. When uncertainty is a scary place. And some people are better at attacking it with their own research and figuring it out, and other people will just avoid it.
Right, and when you live your life with no recourse, what you tend to do is squelch your confidence. Every day when you get up, if something punches you in the stomach about something, you tend to withdraw, and over a course of a lifetime, how many times have we seen confident quarterbacks in high school, and they've had a lot of things that have happened, and they look up 25 years down the road, and when they go to their reunion, they're not the same person they were.
Yeah.
Some
would say peaked.
Right.
You hear that term a lot. He peaked in high school. She peaked in high school. I'm still climbing that hill. I haven't peaked yet, baby. A lot of people think legal help is expensive or only for big issues. How does LegalShield change that perception?
Well, when you have legal insurance or identity theft protection, what it does, it makes them more of a life coach. Okay, millionaires can afford it, so when they're on the golf course, when they have a thought, they can pick up their cell phone, call their attorney right there. And this gives avenue to the average person. They don't have to wait.
Yeah, that phone call
manifest.
That's a $300 phone call.
Right.
All day long. An email will cost you money.
Right.
But with a flat monthly premium, it's unlimited calls, right?
Right, and you're going to pay, look how much it is to go eat at a restaurant. You're going to pay less than somewhere you're going to eat at a restaurant once a month, and hopefully your peace of mind is worth more than a meal.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm a rube for Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and just any drive-through takeout food. I spend a lot of money on convenience and being a rube, buying a $5 coffee when I can make it for 50 cents at home.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But okay. In today's world of data breaches and identity theft, how important is identity protection, and what makes ID Shield stand out?
Oh, this is great right here. When you want protection, the services that we offer is that it's not a DIY service with services that I know about. It's a monitoring service. If you have a breach, our private investigators are going to assume your power of attorney, and they're going to take care of that breach. We have a 95% rate of getting that done within 24 hours. That's going to be corrected. And, through privacy check and reputation management, what's even better than this in real time, you can call your attorney. You're not going to get a customer service line, but you're going to, when you pick the phone up and you call ID Shield, right then, bam, you're going to have a private investigator, and you can ask them questions like, how can I make my brand better on my Facebook page? Is there anything that's damaging to my brand? For if you're applying for a scholarship or something, that admissions office looking at your page, is this going to be the kind of person that I want at my school? You can call your private investigator. How can I get my credit score up?
Really?
Yeah, I can do all that.
A private investigator helps you with your credit score. I've never connected those dots.
They can look at that. We monitor that, and they can see what's causing your feet to be drugged down.
Interesting. One last question for someone listening who's interested in extra income. This is a whole other angle to this. You can be where was it? You could be an associate. Yes. An associate. What's the term, sir?
It is an associate.
Okay, so for someone listening who's interested in extra income, what does I promise I'm a professional podcaster here. What does becoming an associate look like? How do you build a side business with LegalShield? We got there. We made it.
Well, what we do, we get our message out a lot of different ways. We have Zooms that people can plug into and learn about the concept. We have live meetings through, like I'm going to be showing a presentation at a local.
And you're presenting how you can be an associate. Now
we're presenting the product as well as the business model.
So then as an associate, you then become, as a part-time job or however much you want to do it, you become a salesperson for LegalZoom, right. Not LegalZoom, LegalShield.
Careful there.
And LegalShield. LegalShield.
Yes.
And gain commissions. Right. So if you have some sales skills, you can start doing this program.
And the beautiful thing is it's open to anybody. All professions have built this business. All personality types have built this business.
It's a great business model.
It's a great business model.
Because that's great for LegalShield. And because they got soldiers out there selling their product.
Right. And if you're looking, I tell a lot of people, when you're 20 years old, a lot of people don't look at the U-Haul model, but a lot of businesses pick up U-Haul franchises to add with their business they'll have ebb and flows with their income. You can do the same thing personally. And legal is stuff everybody needs. Everybody needs this,
Yeah, if you have some good sales skills. I'm a little rough in that area, but...
Well, all we always say to do is number one, we're looking for people that have a dream in their life, a passion, and we want people that are teachable. Yeah. And we plug them into our 54-year-old support system, and they just stay in there. They get some things happening, but
love it.
A lot of good stuff happening.
So I'm going to have your page link in the description, but if they want to just do some general research of LegalShield, is it LegalShieldAssociates.com? Or what's the main website for is it just LegalShield.com?
LegalShield.com.
LegalShield.com. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. So your website is your page because you are an associate as well.
Yes.
So yeah, you're both.
Right.
Now here's a question. Does the associate also have to be what you do as a salesperson for LegalShield? That was a stupid question. Well, because you got two customers, someone to pay for the service, and then you're also out there spreading the word on how to be associates.
Right. I'm a manager, and then I'm showing people the memberships.
Okay, good.
Right.
Derek, edit all of that out. No, I just can't. We keep it organic here. We keep it real.
Keep it simple, man.
We keep it real in Hernando. Am I right?
Right.
Well, very cool. Thanks for doing this. Enjoy. I enjoy, collaborating with you at BNI.
Mm-hmm.
I'm restarting my BNI world. I was gone for a hot minute because of my injury.
Yeah.
But now things are starting to wake up for me. I'm
Glad to
waking
have
up.
you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Everyone in our chapter is welcome on this show. Some people did not want to raise their hands when offered because these cameras and lights are a little scary and these microphones are weird. But I appreciate you jumping in and fighting those fears, sir.
Oh, yeah.
And let's do it again because you're like a DeSoto County historian for me now. So,
all right.
But to you, the viewer, listener, whether you're watching this on watching this on YouTube and Facebook, listening to Apple and Spotify, thank you for being here. This is the Real Hernando podcast where we spotlight our wonderful community. Go to therealhernando.com to look at past episodes and find our channel links. And again, to those watching and listening, thank you and have a great day. There it is, sir. I'm still out of practice. You're my third interview.
I thought it went great.
My third interview since getting back up, so starting back up. So, yeah, that was my favorite so far, the best one so far.
Good.
It was,
hopefully it was authentic.
Yeah, for sure. And talking anything local to that degree too, in the middle there, that's what people eat up. That's what makes this show what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then this new thing that I'm going to start doing with all my guests is sort of like on the front end, what do you do? Like explain to us what you do, what your business is. Maybe go to a different conversation and then come back with rapid questions like that, like real deal prepared, like written out questions that I just chat GPT'd, like what's the 4 best questions to ask based on, this information. That's how I use AI. Give me the 5 best questions I can ask on a podcast interview based on this information. Paste, enter, and then they are, Right. And then I'll manipulate and I'll change and it'll give me an idea maybe of an organic question I want to ask. But that's how I use AI. See how I made it rapid fire and we covered some points, and that was how I was able to tie in the associate program and everything, which I wish we'd have spent more time on that. Maybe when you come back, we'll go more into detail on that, because I do want you back.
Okay.
The podcasting typically is like a one and done thing. You're on the show. Thank you for being here. And then that's it. And the podcast 5 years later, your episode is so buried. No one's finding your episode.
Right.
It has a shelf life. So, but I want people to come back, characters, get to know a little more if you come back in, let's say, 2 months. What can we talk about? DeSoto County-esque band or whatever. So make it super local, and then now let's talk more hyper-focused on associate program. We could do that, in a couple months. Have you back on. So this is a 1-to-1. I cannot access my app right now, and I've just been too tired, lazy, and not giving a shit.
I'll do it.
To even ask who I need to ask. I don't even know who to ask. So I don't even want to ask who to ask. So yeah, throw it in.
I'll do it.
1-to-1. And every single one, like any person that contacts me to be on this podcast that came from you is a referral.
Okay.
So I will let you know.
Okay.
I hope they let me know.
Yeah.
I hope they say, hey, I was talking to Garvin, because then I know immediately where it comes from, and I'll text you and be like, hey, throw in a referral. Because this business needs you. These businesses in front of me. This podcast needs that in order to be a podcast. So then I need the podcast to hopefully grow my business. So it's not a pay thing, but it's still a referral, because it holds value to my business.
Yes.
Businesses being in front of me at this
testimony.
Table. Yes, just having businesses, foot traffic in here, this podcast being the fly trap,
Mm-hmm.
All referrals. So, good deal, man. That's it. I don't know the exact date when this will be out yet. Next week is the launch. The launch. I did a 30-minute trailer episode with my buddy Coach Camp. That way, kind of explaining to the audience why we've been gone, why I've been gone, what we're doing now, studio, just kind of opening things back up. And then Tuesday is my first official interview with, Denise McElhaney. She owns Denise's Happy Hounds.
Yeah, I know Denise.
This is her third time on the podcast, and I want her 5 more times this year. She's just a riot. She's a hoot. She's fun.
Yeah.
She's really good at what she does. She owns a great, strong, small business. Like, she's a respected dog groomer.
And I want you to get in touch with that Magnolia grooming company I told you about.
Yeah, I can have them.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Cool.
What's the name? Your podcast is Hernando Happenings?
No, The Real Hernando.
The Real Hernando. Okay.
Do not say Hernando Happenings.
That's why I'm clarifying.
That's a whole other world that's crap. That's negativity.
That's why I'm asking that.
Yeah, The Real Hernando. While I have you here, off camera, off record here, but the name, I did not come up with the name. A gentleman by the name of Robert Carter.
Okay.
I always want to give credit where credit is due. Robert Carter works for Renaissance Bank. And when I moved here, 2021, I wanted to change my bank from Bank of America to someplace local.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine was like, go to Renaissance Bank, talk to Robert Carter. Meet Robert Carter. He's the president of the Hernando High School Football Boosters Club. He's very involved. And he instantly hit it off. And he was so tired. I'm at the bank. We're talking bank accounts. And then all of a sudden, once he discovers what I do for business, and I mentioned that I have an idea to do a podcast for Hernando, he's like, well, I just started a page called The Real Hernando. And then, poof, 40 minutes later, we're still talking about this new podcast I'm going to start for him.
Okay.
Totally forgetting about checking accounts. Like, we abandoned checking accounts for about